Judge restricts far-right group from carrying weapons, taking video at ballot drop boxes. We've seen this in, I think, Arizona. There are these groups that are monitoring drop boxes, right? They're wearing their fatigues because they always got to be in cosplay. That military cosplay is very, very popular aesthetic for these patriots, right? They have to have the whole costume, right? When they get videotaped, they're on script. They know exactly what they're not going to say as they're videotaping people, as they're following people, as they're intimidating people who are going to vote in these drop boxes. People wearing body armor or weapons have been observed at ballot drop boxes in multiple states after Trump and his allies urged supporters to monitor them. Because the only proof of voter fraud was from Trump voters. All of their exhaustive investigation turned up that they paid for, that they demanded, showed the only fraud that happened were Trump supporters trying to fuck with things. It's amazing, these people. The group Clean Elections USA is led by a QAnon adherent who claims the 2020 election was stolen. Obviously, that's just it's one of many delusional, fictional realities they love to exist in. The Arizona judge temporarily restricting order prohibiting members from filming or photographing voters within 75 feet of the drop box, following people going to drop off boxes, physically being within 75 feet of the boxes or an entrance to a facility where the boxes are located, and from yelling at or speaking to voters dropping off ballots unless first engaged. Now, one thing that we know, especially when it comes to police, when it comes to restraining orders of any sort, the police, despite having massive budgets, supposedly being there to protect and serve, to uphold the law, they are not required at all to uphold any restrictive order whatsoever. If you get an order for somebody, you have a stalker, let's say, and you get a restraining order on them, right? And that person violates the restraining order, the cops do not have to do anything. And regularly don't do anything. I mean, they don't really do much anyway, except for trying to collect, overtime pay, trying to scam their departments in order to get a bigger piece of that budget, or, violating human rights, murdering people. They like to do that kind of stuff. A lot of lawsuits that the taxpayers have to pay for when police violate human rights on a regular basis, regularly maiming and murdering men, women, and children very regularly. Pretty amazing. So yeah, despite the fact that these judges, there's a restraining order on these people, 75 feet, zoom lenses exist, I'm sure they're still going to do it. I would imagine some of the members of this group are part of the police department. Same with January 6th. There was a lot of law enforcement that took part, literally saw law enforcement, people of law enforcement, inviting in those terrorists to overthrow the government, right? There's clearly a major issue with white supremacy in the military. If Google LASD, the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, Google LASD gangs, there are multiple gangs within the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. And in order to get one of their tattoos, you have to murder a citizen, right? Just like any other kind of a gang would do, but they get badges and huge budgets and maybe a nice vacation when they kill somebody. And on the very off chance they kill somebody and that makes national news, there's global protests for them killing somebody, in that very small percentage chance that they murder somebody, that murder is caught on tape, that video goes viral, and there are global protests, they might actually get charged with murder. Other than that, it's usually, maybe unpaid suspension, maybe paid suspension in a lot of cases. Maybe you just get fired. But very, very rarely do they ever serve any jail time for terrorizing citizens, murdering citizens, violating human rights. So to hold my breath and think that they're going to uphold this thing, I can't see happening, but it's nice to see that at least there are some functioning members in the judicial system actually not completely corrupted like there are in the Supreme Court. So
new episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on YouTube and everywhere our podcasts are found. Binge the full week over at inspireddisorder.com/plus. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com. And follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!
Today is the day where you wake up and you realize that everything that you've been dreaming about, everything that you've been wanting, every goal and wish and hope that you've ever had can become real. Dreams can come true. What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.